The first thing you should do if you're trying to find your soulmate is you should stop dating. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another sip and chat. As you guys can see, I have my wine right here. You guys definitely be sure to get a little something to sip on. Okay, if it's gonna be wine, maybe it's gonna be water tonight, you know, whatever you gotta do, stay hydrated, sis. Okay. But today's video is going to be all about soulmates and like finding long-term partners and love life and all that kind of stuff. So before we get into it, I just want to mention about the video quality. So I have noticed that YouTube seem like the settings or whatever for the videos on YouTube, like the recommended like auto settings, are very low. So if you're watching it on your phone, you probably don't have any problems, but if you're watching on like an iPad or like a TV, like how I watch YouTube for me, your video quality may be low. So all you need to do is press the 3 buttons in the corner. There's going to be a little drop down, select advanced, and then click on 1080. And that's going to fix the quality. It's going to fix like immediately, sis. Okay, so definitely be sure to do that. I'm going to say this in the beginning of every single video because I want to make sure that you guys are getting the best quality at all times, okay? The next thing that I want to go ahead and mention is my hair. So if you guys like this cute little style that I am rocking today, this is a crochet braid style. I just posted this video recently, so I will link it in the description box down below and or in the cards for you guys, so you can definitely go check this one out. And then the last thing I want to mention is the set that I'm wearing today. This is our Sweet Dreams PJ set from my loungewear store, ajofficial.com. I will have this exact loungewear set and then the link to my website in the description box down below for you guys, so y'all can check that out. And I think that it's pretty much all of our little like housekeeping stuff before we go right into this video. So I have my phone right here. I did take down just a few notes because I like to try to remember the things that I said that I actually wanted to mention in the video, because a lot of the times when I'm editing, I'll be like, I should have said this, or maybe I shouldn't have said this, like I don't know, but you know, whatever. It's a chit chat, so it's real chill. You know, we hanging out, we drinking our wine, we're talking. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, because this honestly, I don't know what I'm going to title this video yet, but it'll probably be something like how to attract your soulmate, or why you haven't found your soulmate, or something like that. But the first thing that I want to say, actually the first thing I want to do is take a little sip. So let's all just do that. So the first thing you should do if you're trying to find your soulmate is you should stop dating. You should stop dating if you're trying to find your soulmate. I know it sounds very backwards. I know society is like, how are you going to meet somebody if you don't go out and date? You have to go out and date. You have to explore. You have to date different men to see, or I'm saying men, but y'all know, whatever, whoever, if you're straight, gay, bi, whatever, that person. So you should stop. Society tells us you need to date this, that, and the third. You need to go out. You need to get to know people so you can figure out what you do and don't want. That sounds very backwards to me. Very, very backwards. Why should I go out and date people so that I can figure out what I want? That doesn't make any sense. I can figure out what I want from my house, on my couch, laying on my bed. I can figure out the things that I want. See, what happens is we don't know what we want, right? And then we go out and date to try to figure out what we should want. And then we end up getting entangled into something with someone that we really don't want because we don't know how to set boundaries. We don't know how to say, I don't want this. We're not going to even continue the date any further, right? Because if we knew what our boundaries were, if we knew our non-negotiables, if we knew all of these things, we would easily be able to determine whether or not we should continue to pursue a relationship with this person. And there's a difference between compromising and settling. Okay, so let's give just an example of this. So I'll speak on myself personally. For me, 2 non-negotiables for me would be someone who does not want to get married and someone who does not want kids. I'm not interested. Okay, and someone who has kids. I don't want to date anybody who already has a child. It's just an automatic no for me. So let's use that for an example, right? And these are my own personal beliefs, things that I want. Every woman should have this, okay? Write it down on paper, make it real, okay? So if I go on a date with a guy, and let's say, you know, we sit down, we ordered our drinks, we've ordered our appetizers, we're talking, you know, and honestly, there are no rules to when you should and should not ask somebody questions about that type of stuff. Some people may be like, oh, you need to wait until at least the third date to ask them, you know, if they want to get married. Like, no, sis, I'm gonna ask you on the first date. And when I ask you, your response is gonna tell me everything that I need to know. Because either, and I'm not, when I ask them this question, I wouldn't say, you want to get married to me? I don't even know you. It's not about that, but it's just about, do you see yourself being married? That's the type of thing that I, not necessarily to me, but just in general, do you see yourself being married? Do you see yourself having kids? You know, that kind of thing. And also I would ask, do you have any kids? Because I know for me, it's going to be a no. So let's say people are telling me to go out, right? Go out, date, whatever. So let's say I go on a date with this guy that I just meet wherever. Like, I don't really know him like that. Okay. We meet, we go on a date, we're talking, and I ask him, do you see yourself being married? That's his response. That tells me everything I need to know, because for one, your body language is giving me hell no. Your body language is giving me that's not something I want. And if I know that that is a non-negotiable for me, then we can continue the date and have a nice time, but that will be the last date that we ever go on. We don't need to continue any further. Why are we continuing to date people when we know, or maybe you actually don't know because you're too busy out dating other people instead of being at home dating yourself, trying to figure out what exactly you want. So let's discuss a little bit of pop culture, right? So let's just mention Jeannie Mai. Most of y'all probably know who that is. She was on the show The Real. She's I don't know if she's already married to or engaged to Jeezy, I want to say. I could be lying. One of the older rappers, I think. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay, so y'all know when she was on The Real, she was married, right? At that time, ended up getting a divorce, whatever. And she said on the show, I believe, that they ended up getting a divorce because she didn't want to have kids, right? But you been knew you ain't want to have kids, right? Your husband knew you didn't want to have kids. And y'all continue to date. Y'all got engaged, y'all got married, y'all got married, y'all got married, y'all bought a house, y'all did all these things. Where did you think it was going? Where did you think it was going? I'm a little bit confused. So when we see non-negotiables, when we see someone who we like, maybe we're attracted to them, maybe they have a really great job, maybe they make a lot of money, maybe they love to travel, you love to travel, all that is great. But if they cross things off on your list of non-negotiables, they are checking these things off, as in y'all don't line up, y'all don't need to continue to communicate. Like, that should just be the end of it. And that's all about setting boundaries and knowing yourself and dating yourself. And if you would stay home and just date yourself instead of feeling like you need to get dressed up and go out and do this, that, and the third to try to meet people, you would know this when you sit down on the date, and you would be able to say confidently, thank you so much, I had a great time, but unfortunately I don't see this going any further because our values just don't line up. And that should just be the end of it. And we should just move on from there. That's it. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's all about dating yourself and setting boundaries and knowing what you want. And some people will say, like, well, what if he has, so like, for example, I said I don't want to date anyone who has kids, right? So let's say he's an amazing guy, like he's tall, he's handsome, he has a great career, you know, he's on his shit, he got a nice car, he has a great personality, good sense of humor, blah, blah, blah. Cheese checks off just everything except he tells me he has a daughter. Well, it's been a great dinner, but unfortunately our values just don't line up, so I don't see why we should continue this any further. Like, we should not continue to talk. It's a non-negotiable for me. I don't want any parts of it, so why will we continue to move forward with the relationship? So only then we're dating, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, now we engaged and all of this, and I'm just like thinking, damn, I didn't want to be no stepmama. I didn't want to date a man with kids, and now look at me. You know? No. Just set boundaries in the beginning, and people be like, well, he has everything but. He has everything but. The key word is but this. So he's not the one. He's not the one, and that's the problem. We really be settling for foolery. Like, if you know you don't want something, why are you continuing to talk to this person? You know, why are you continuing to develop a relationship with this person? It's getting very much unnecessary, and we just need to stop doing it from 2022 and on, period. Okay? So, and some people are, see, look, this is really the problem with society, because society is going to be like, well, you can't find someone who has everything you want. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because I believe that there is a man out there who has all the qualities that I want. There's a difference, like I said, between compromising and settling. Settling would me be saying he has everything but he has a kid, so I'm just going to continue on even though him having a kid was a non-negotiable for me, right? That to me is settling. Compromising is him being like, I have a cat, and me being like, ooh, I don't really like cats, I'm more of a dog person, but I'm gonna get to know the cat, because that is something that can be compromised on. Okay, clearly you like animals if you like dogs, so maybe you just need to give the cat a chance. Maybe you don't like all cats, maybe you'll like his cat, maybe you guys will develop a little relationship and it'll be great, you know? That's compromising. You know, we got to learn the difference between compromising and settling. We keep settling, we keep settling, we keep settling, and people keep getting married and then they keep getting divorced after that. No more. No more, sis. Okay, let me look at my list and see what else I have on here. So let's see. Okay, so the first thing that I said in the very beginning of this video was, if you want to find your soulmate, you should stop dating. And the reason you should stop dating is because if you're truly ready, you know truly as a woman that you're at the age that you want to be, you're in the position in life that you want to be, where you're ready to attract your soulmate, but you keep going out and you keep dating all these men trying to figure out what you want, which is just foolery, but you keep going out, you keep dating, you're only prolonging your blessing, because you're putting in placeholders. How can your husband stand next to you if you keep having different guys float in and out? Where is he going to be? What? He's not, he can't be here. He cannot be here because you keep filling his place with multiple different men. No, absolutely not. No, you need to be, the only person you should be dating is yourself. You should be dating yourself, getting to know yourself, writing down your likes, your dislikes, things that you look for in a partner, things that are red flags, things that are non-negotiables, things that you know you refuse to compromise on, and you should be dating yourself, and that's it. That's it. And when you date yourself, your self-love increases, right? If you date yourself, you're working on yourself. If you're working on yourself, you're working on your mindset. You're elevating your life. You're elevating your life. You're elevating your frequency. You attract whatever you give out. Whatever frequency you live on, that's what you're going to attract, sis. So if you're like, you know, I keep running into these guys and all these guys are the same. They're all the same. They all are liars. They all are cheaters. Because you live in that vibration. You live in the vibration of liars and cheaters. That's why that's all you're running into. Date yourself, elevate your mindset, and magically, you're going to start looking around and the people around you are going to be so amazing, right? You're going to meet your soulmate and you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe, like, I used to be like, men ain't shit. You know, I used to be like, you know, surrounded by liars and cheaters and all of this. And now, you know, I'm looking at my husband, he's none of those things. It's because you raised your frequency. You attract whatever frequency you're on. And that's just it. It's very simple. It's tough to do it. You got to be disciplined, but you can do it. Absolutely. Have faith in yourself, believe in yourself. Okay. The next thing that we want to talk about, let's see. Honestly, that's pretty much everything that I have written down. This video was so much shorter than I thought it was going to be, but I really kind of touched on everything that I wanted to touch on. And the last thing that I really want to mention is that we are now in the year 2022, which is a vibrational 6 year. I'm about to explain to you real quick what that means. I'm going to start off by explaining what happened in 2021 so y'all can kind of get an understanding. So every year has its own vibration. You get the vibration of the year by simply adding up the numbers. So for example, 2021 was a year 5, right? Or a 5 vibration, however you want to say it. So you do this by just adding up the numbers. So 2 plus 0 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, okay? Year 2022, 2 plus 0, 2, 4, 6. Y'all get it? So this is a 6 vibrational year. Number 5 is all about changes. So if you felt like last year was a bit tumultuous, okay, there was a lot going on, maybe your world was turned upside down, maybe you had big breakthroughs, very high highs, very low lows, you might have gone through breakups, losing friends, quitting jobs, just all kinds of things, just big changes in your life. That's exactly what was supposed to happen last year to prepare you for this year, which is a year 6, which is all about your home, family, like community, all that type of stuff. This year we will see more weddings than we've ever seen before. I forgot, I believe it's since year 1974 or something like that, some kind of year like that. Like it's been decades, okay, since we've seen this. So we're going to see so many weddings, we're going to see so many people getting engaged, so many people meeting their soulmates, getting in long-term relationships, people having kids, people quitting their jobs to be at home with their families, people starting their own businesses. Entrepreneurship is at an all-time high. If you are a content creator, congratulations, this is your year. We about to see it, okay? And I'm saying all of this to say is that take the time now if you feel like you're ready. If you feel like, you know what, I've dated enough, I've dealt with enough, I'm ready to just leave that all behind and really move into being with a long-term partner, whether or not you believe in marriage, but a long-term partner, and that's something you desire, marriage, whatever. Now is the time to take time for yourself, dig deep, date yourself, write down the things you desire, make it real. Don't just talk about it in your head. Write it down on paper so you can see it, you can visualize it. Date yourself, focus on yourself, elevate your frequency, and just based on the universe and based on the year vibration that we're in the vibrational 6, you will meet your soulmate. If the universe feels like you're ready for that, you know? And it's just the truth, honestly. And you'll even see how like on so like for example, I follow Black City Girl on Instagram. Great inspirational page for Black women, talks a lot about relationships and stuff like that. And they always give like testimonies and stuff. And it's always women who are always like, you know, well, just people in general, they'll be like, he came when I wasn't looking. Like I was happy in my own life, doing my own thing, and then boom, he just appeared out of nowhere. Like I was doing just a regular daily activity. I wasn't getting dressed up, going out to hookah, going out to the club, going out. And nothing's wrong with doing any of those things. But the people who are, oh, I need a little sip. But the people who are at those places are probably not people who are going to be your soulmates. Not, of course, not saying that it's impossible, but likely you're not going to find them there. Okay, so yeah, but people will be like, you know, he came and I was least expecting it. I was focused on myself. I was happy in my own life, and those types of things. And they'll be like, you know, after, most people say like 6 months. So on the post a lot, they'll be like, you know, I take 6 months for yourself to just focus on yourself, to not date. If you can go on a celibacy journey, highly recommend it. Okay, highly recommend it if you can do it. And it's not even if you can do it, you can absolutely do it. It's just if you choose to do it and you want to be dedicated to doing it, you absolutely can. But it's just like going on a celibacy journey, not dating any men, not entertaining any men. I'm nothing, like don't even talk to them. You don't even need to text. What are y'all talking about? There's nothing to talk about. Talk to yourself, okay? about your likes and dislikes and the things that you want in life. You don't need to waste your time twiddling your thumbs talking to these men about nothing, bro. About nothing. Like, we really don't need your good morning text. It's not going anywhere, okay? Just like you sent one to me, you sent one to her, and if I don't respond, you're gonna send one to somebody else tomorrow, okay? It's giving unnecessary. We don't need to do it. We're wasting time. Remember what we talked about with placeholders. No placeholders, okay? So, yes, that's pretty much all I wanted to say with this video. I might have been rambling just a little bit, I don't know, but those were the things that I wanted to say. Let me know what you guys think down below. And if you guys met your husband or your long-term partner and you really feel like it's a true soulmate connection, let us know down below. How did you do it? Did you take time for yourself? Did he just pop up out of nowhere? Were you actively looking? Because there are people now, let me say this. A lot of people are married, but they're not married to their soulmates. They're not married to their soulmates. They're just married. Okay, and that's a topic for another day. Okay, so yes, that is going to be it for this video. Definitely be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on everything I said. I love to chat, so let's definitely talk about it down below for sure. Okay, don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Give the video a thumbs up, turn on your post notifications, sis, and yeah, that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.